were you the one that leaked the screenshots with Scripe?
Yes. Or
so you wanted to take them down with you?
No, not with me. I'm. You gotta understand. I'm not part of Gallywix anymore, nor I play WoW anymore. I just wanted for people to know the truth of what actually happened.
What are you shaking?
Been happening for a while.
After performing a thorough investigation, we've identified that the Gallywix Boosting Organization has been taking part in gold selling for real money. Real money trading, known as RMT, is a serious violation of our end-user license agreement and is not tolerated. Therefore, we've begun taking action and have banned accounts in North America and Europe that were associated with this group and taking part in real money trading transactions. These actions have primarily targeted the Gallywix organization so far, but our investigations are ongoing and additional accounts involved with running this organization may be banned in the future. Going forward, accounts may receive actions that they're found to be involved in future transactions with Gallywix or are actively advertising it. Thank you for your understanding. So for some people that are new here that don't really fully understand what Gallywix is, Gallywix was an organization that allowed people to, it basically connected buyers with sellers. They were effectively a middleman, and they would take a cut for connecting the buyer with the seller. And basically they facilitated different types of boosting carries and basically every type of carry in the game. This is what they effectively did. Blizzard made the right decision here. And I love the fact that they are saying that even if you advertise those motherfuckers, you're gonna still get banned. That's big dick. And I like to see that. Blizzard is basically saying, if anyone is going to underpay their employees, it's gonna be us. So let's go ahead, we're gonna look and we're gonna see what some of the comments are, and I'm gonna look at the Reddit thread, and we're gonna see what this is, okay? So it's $647,000 worth of gold. It's absolutely insane. All right, so here we go. Here's the main thread. Do people really not think that Gallywix does RMT? What do the owners of the community do with 20 billion gold besides sell it? Well, this is what it really is. Any reasonable person would have been easily able to say that they were probably selling the gold. Rip everyone who hasn't gotten paid from boosting because that money is untouchable now. Hey. That's what you get. We were supposed to get paid out the 31st for the cycle, but they had an issue, so I think they knew this was coming for a few days. Rip our guild's 38 million gold balance, though. Hey, you play with the bulls, sometimes you get the horns. Their Discord had about an hour of guys, what the fuck guys. Now all the channels are locked and the entire channels are being deleted, LMFAO. Lucky you, I was apparently just kicked from the Discord, LMAO. They nuked the whole server, it doesn't exist anymore, LMAO. Yeah, I just noticed the Discord server is missing. Twitter is gone and so is their website, LMAO. That's the way it goes, guys. So it's obvious that these people were trying to make a living doing this. I bet they were probably making good money too. Which is what I think is funny. So if they're taking 10%, what was their average amount of money that they fucking made? So if it's $100 and they're making 400 million gold a month, that means that they're making $40,000 a month. And if they're making $40,000 a month, that's a lot of money. So I actually wouldn't be surprised here if Blizzard sued them for this. I have a spreadsheet that I sent you that shows evidence of them bankrolling the Method First World Guild. Yeah, and we're about to get into the Method thing, okay? So Method, this is a crazy turn of events. Method, the fine, upstanding organization that they are, had a lapse in judgment. I know, you would have never expected that, but they did. Yeah, we needed gold and I bought it from Gallywix instead of buying WoW tokens. I am amazed that he admitted this. Like, why would you admit this, dude? Like, just, like, man, limit, listen, Max is ironic, you guys, listen, don't fucking say anything. If y'all bought gold, don't fucking say anything. Just be like, yo, man, there's some drama today, huh? Wow, that's crazy. Like, don't say a fucking word, because if you say you didn't do it, they're gonna say you did do it. And if you say you did do it, well then, you know, it is what it is. I think he was threatened and decided to make a post. Yeah, and that's actually a good point. Yeah, so Gallywix leaked the comms. And so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the pictures here. Can you buy world first? Wait, what is this here? Man. Like, this really didn't age well, huh? Shit. But to be fair, they couldn't. It is what it is. I mean, so the answer is technically no. And so it should have gone wrong? I don't know, man. Oh, it's him. Oh my god. Scripe, come on, dude. And, would a fall from grace by method this year? Oh, well, I mean, he would know. He would know if this is possible or not, because he's had experience in the field. He probably knows this better than anybody else. Because Limit spent more, by the way. Limit did spend a lot more. Limit spent a lot of fucking money. Now, did Limit do this in the same way? I do think that it is, like, I will not accuse them. I will not accuse them of doing anything that I have no evidence for. But I will say that I would not be surprised if it happened. Okay? Like, I would certainly not be surprised. No way. Scripe. Scripe, you think Limit didn't do it? What's going on, man? How you doing, dude? Scripe, you want to come in Discord and talk about this? Sir, I'm just waiting for my judgment. Okay, alright, well listen. Like, here's the judgment. Here's my judgment. It doesn't really matter, right? But this is my judgment. It's like, you guys did what you could to win. Like, I think everybody at the top end does what they can to win. Does that make it okay? No, it doesn't. He left? Well, yeah, he probably has to go. Like, he's a busy guy. Like, I mean, they've got to farm a lot of gold now, like, because they just lost a lot of fucking gold, and now they've got to deal with a bunch of shit, you know? Like, yeah, he's busy. Yeah, he's gonna go fucking sell some heroic and mythic Ny'alotha kills. Like, yeah, I mean, like, he probably thought he had this shit locked down, and now it's not it. How Blood Legion used to sell runs? Let me see here. Is this shocking to anyone? Blood Legion was selling runs back in Firelands and onward for IRL cash. Blizzard directly knew about it, and we discussed it at BlizzCon dinners with devs all the time. Other top end, wait, what? We discussed it at BlizzCon dinners with devs all the time. Other top end guilds like Method obviously did the same. It's the worst kept secret. Wow, I would have never expected this. And here's the thing, is like, I said this shit. I said this shit how many years ago? This is a video I made. World first.
Asmongold. And just a couple days ago, the race to clear Mythic Blackheart Foundries ended with Method being the world first guild to kill Mythic Blackhand. And so this did not happen without a little bit, actually a lot of controversy. And so we're going to be talking about that today. Now, y'all might remember a while ago, I did my video about how Wreckful got banned for account sharing in PvP. Now this is going to be like episode 2 of that video.
So, I fucking brought this shit out. I brought this shit out back in 2015. And people didn't want to believe it. There were a lot of people thinking that shit didn't happen. They were like, ah, you know what? I think you're lying. Asmongold, you're full of shit. And you know what? It turns out I wasn't full of shit. Okay, so here's the screenshots of this, okay? I'm gonna pull these over, and I just want to make sure that I get them all. I have these on my second monitor here. Some of these I will not be showing because they show full emails, and I will not be doing that. But everything else besides that, you guys will be able to see. So here we go. And let's go ahead and take a look. Can you link me your PayPal? Can't send to friends and family. So obviously it is what it is. How much did you get from Method's deal, by the way? What's Method's deal? Well, the world first race, the BOE's thing, $100 less than you, I think, because you did the BOE stuff. How much of that is it? How much is that? A bit over $2,000. So they made over $2,000 off of Method's world first race, or world first push. So let's see here, only 2K? Well, no, there were multiple people selling it. It was not just one person. With the remaining transfers, it'll break 100 mil a bit, 5K, just to let you know. How do we proceed? Yeah, we are slowing down BOEs for now. If we really need, we can still find some, but calm down a bit. I talked with Tolls a lot. He said, we are good, so it's on you pretty much. We can go above the current total if it's needed. Well, yeah, he spelled something wrong. I gathered it all on one character. Holy shit, look at those rings, dude. Those are the lurking schemers bands. What a surprise. The lurking schemers are buying lurking schemers bands. Mm-hmm. Yep. How poetic. It's kind of funny. He's got like fucking 20 million gold worth of BOEs in a large red sack. But, you know, it's all right. Yo, can you hit us up with 2 million on Tarren Mill? Jesus, man. By the way, about the money, warn me if we reach 9K, please. Holy shit. Holy shit. $9,000? Let's see, roughly 47 million gold with transfers. And this is a rough estimate so far. Holy shit. Holy fucking shit, dude. All right, so why don't you go ahead and just tell everybody where you're coming from before we move on, okay?
So basically, on the EU servers at least, I was the Gallywix legacy manager.
All right, and so, you know, now that you've seen all this stuff break and all this information come out, how much of this is a surprise to you?
I'm going to be completely honest, and I went to sleep last night and I woke up at 7 AM today and I was completely, how do you say that in English, like gobsmacked, like this was no way.
So this caught you by complete surprise?
Yeah, basically. And I've been like manager in Gallywix for over a year by now.
Okay. So what do you think's gonna happen to is the community just like dead now?
Well, one of the old council members basically gave everyone administrator permissions in the Discord, and everyone just started to delete everything and ban everyone and kick everyone. And the Discord that we had is just like docile, gone. It doesn't exist anymore, and the people that are responsible for this RMT trade are basically gone. Like they've basically deleted their presence on Discord and Twitter, and like you've seen on your stream, it's basically everything is gone.
So I'm looking at one right now, and it's this guy Asmongold, and he says, thanks everyone, not sure what's up and down right now. He says this, I am permabanned, yes. There won't be any streams for a while, yes. I'll still write guides and do log reviews and stuff, and I'll play again. I don't know what's going on in Gallywix RMT, if anything. If there's such a thing, it goes higher than me and other council members besides Tolls. So I feel like this is like a recurring thing where like everybody has there's like it's happening above their head and like they don't know what happened at all. So like like I'm like, obviously I don't know you, you don't really know me that well, right? But like for real, dude, like you had no fucking idea this was happening at all?
I can genuinely say from the bottom of my heart that I woke up this morning crying that I lost like half of my family because I was just instantly banned from the Discord because people didn't like me.
Wait, they didn't like you? Wait. Okay.
Well, like, well, people like older boosting communities got wind of this, right? Like, we're not the only ones in the European region.
Yeah.
And everyone got access, and because people don't like my presence and because I was too big of a competitor to them, they just instantly banned me, and I had no access to like try and talk to my friends ever again. But
so when did they ban you?
This morning at like well, it's like now 10 hours ago.
So is this karma?
Could potentially be, but yeah, like to answer the question of did I know, I genuinely didn't know. And I've always defended Gallywix as, yes, we do not RMT, we're heavily against it. We ban everyone that's involved with it. Here's
one right here. The Zorathian. Okay, it's fair. I did do RMT. I would sell a few 100K to 2 million to friends whenever they asked for it. I did not run a buy gold here shop. I would let friends and acquaintances ask if they could buy gold, and I would sell some. This is my own gold, unrelated to Gallywix. I would also accept PayPal cuts from when Tolls sold gold on my behalf. I do not know when or who he sold it to, or how much or when. Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's basically like there's like not thousands by now, but I assume nearly 1,000 screenshots of just people trying to get their story out there because to our best knowledge, Tolls has vanished. Tolls was the
Took
owner
the money
of
and
Gallywix.
ran.
Like he was like the actual owner of Gallywix.
So Blizzard banned the gold. So what? So do you know what happened with that? Blizzard banned the gold.
No, the guild bank accounts are banned. We don't know if that money got off that accounts early enough for the ban to go through, but we do know that there's at least 4.6 billion gold missing, or at least like on that account. And
Jesus Christ! Let me pull a couple of other people in here real quick, okay? How you doing, man?
Doing good. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just looking at some of these situations, things going on. Why don't you just introduce yourself and tell us what kind of a role that you played in Gallywix, and we'll go from there.
My name's Jason. I was one of the old council before it got disbanded. I didn't really deal with any of the gold. I just dealt with the website. That was it. But I know a lot of the ins and outs of what happened.
Okay, so was this all of these things that happened today? Was this a surprise to you?
Not at all. Happily say that. Not at all. I'd happily say I did it as well. I haven't been banned yet either by Blizzard.
Oh,
That's
you saw
probably
the
their
RMT?
own. I didn't do it myself. I got given some by other people due to the fact that they used some of my gold.
Oh.
When I was like, okay, yeah, sure, why not? Like, we
Nice.
mainly had one guy that did it. His name was Tolls. I don't know if I spoke about
This
the one guy that did it.
This is the fall. Tolls is the fall guy here. I feel like
Well,
everybody.
he's not really the full guy. He is the guy.
No,
Like,
I
there's
don't
not
think
really...
it's fair to blame Tolls about everything. Hey, by the way,
What up,
on
dude?
my screen.
Yeah. What's going on, man?
I feel like everyone is just blaming him.
I
for
feel
the
like,
shit
yeah,
that
everyone
they
is
did.
Okay,
to blame.
all right.
so-
Well, let me just take this one step at a time. So somebody said that you, Jason, you were the one that gave everybody admin in the Discord.
Yes, correct. Because the Discord was going to shit, so I just thought,
So you
fuck it.
just-
Everyone should just have the transparency to see what happened.
So
Because
you
in
just
Snapchat
said,
there was a
"Fuck
lot
it,
of shit that
dude."
went down. Yeah, basically, it was just like, fuck this. Like in the council chat that we have, it was just like, there's no point trying anymore. 99% sure it's banned, and then just opened it up.
Are you glad
Told-
you did it?
Oh yeah, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I don't mind. Like, it don't bother me. Like, it's one, get it over and done with. Really, it's only a game, really. In the end,
Whoa, not for you. You made some money. How much money did you make?
I personally only made 400, but
For
I
the
only,
total?
yeah.
Bro, you're
400
getting
euros.
scammed.
That
Like,
is-
how much did you sell?
No, but that barely any. Like, that's what I mean. Like, I barely did it.
Okay.
It was mainly the other guys, because I did it just for just to get some on the side. Like, I didn't care.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't a main profit for me, but for a lot of the other guys, it was main.
All right. What about you, Ice Cream? How much did you make?
I didn't make any real life money. I
That
was in
sucks.
council.
So you,
Yeah, it does.
so
I
you
just
were,
have gold.
you were on the council, and all right. So did you know about this?
I was in council. I was admin. Like, I didn't make any big decisions,
Oh, that's
but I just
too
knew
bad.
everything.
So, but did you know that this was happening before it came
I mean,
out?
like, no offense to KO or anyone else watching, but if you didn't know, you're just can we say fuck here?
Oblivious.
You're a fucking
you're,
retard, right?
you're
I
a
mean,
fucking
Yeah.
idiot. If you don't know, if you act like you don't
Yeah.
know, you're just
Well, it's
plain
like-
stupid.
Okay, yeah, obviously that's the case, right? I mean, you have these people that are playing the game all the fucking time, and they're obviously going to try to make some of their money back. And so, Jason, how much gold do you think was sold on Gallywix per month? Like, I'm talking like gold for
I think
money.
the thing per month is very unjustified. Or not unjustified. Like, it wasn't done monthly. That was another thing.
Okay.
Like, I didn't do it monthly myself. I did it when, like, I was like, oh, I can't be bothered to spend money on this on this new thing. I'll just sell like 1 million gold and just buy it. It was just easier than just like all this stuff. But a lot of it, like I personally didn't do it monthly, and I don't know how much monthly was sold. But when we had some Arab buyers, I'm saying Arab here because these are the only people I know that buy a lot of it in big quantities. Okay. We had a guy once that basically paid for a whole run for 4 weeks, paid 5 million, but we all know that the guy was paying cash.
So how much cash was 5 million for you guys?
250 euros. So,
for 5 million?
Yeah, like it's 50 euros for 1 million in a year.
I didn't know about this,
so
by
you
the way.
don't even need to be an oil prince. You can just be like an oil janitor, and you can afford that. God damn.
Like gold has very little value anymore.
Wow.
And when you get so much gold, like a lot of people are saying, when you get a lot of gold, you have nothing to spend on. Like if you're oblivious, if you don't realize that you have this much gold and you're not RMTing it, like, and you say you're not, then you're just silly. Like you clearly are. There's a lot of other communities on EU that do it as well. I don't have the proof, but I know the owner has the proof. Like Tolls has proof of other communities doing it as well. I just hope that like this does make Blizzard see that boosting isn't the best idea, and especially with the real money traders like Blazing Boost and WoW Vendor. Sorry if I'm not meant to say them on your stream, but hopefully it makes them realize that this is a bad thing. Like you should cut down on this.
I don't really agree with that. Sorry, but like there are people who enjoy playing this game, and we do need gold in game.
Oh yeah. I don't mean gold,
especially in like. Oh, you mean for real money?
Yeah, I just mean the real money part
real
of
money.
it. Like they should monitor it more. Yeah, they should monitor it more closely.
Thousands of people that boost for gold and gold only, especially for like raiding and stuff.
Okay, so how many people do you guys think? How many people do you guys think knew about the RMT? Like had like confirmed?
I also have a NA guy that wants to come speak, and he was the NA guy that was at the top and has been banned. Like basically he collected gold, fairly. I'll invite him to this Discord if that's okay.
Well, what's his name?
Tokane. He used to be the gold collector for NA.
Okay.
Do you have some gold?
Yeah. If
he's technically banned, so if you can get up a banned account.
So the token price is going up. 4 billion, gold is removed from the economy because of all of this stuff. Blizzard did a massive internal investigation. Do you think there's going to be any like out-of-game repercussions for any of the people that are at the top of this?
I doubt it. Like if they did, I feel like it'd be quite like small, because I think there's only really one person that made a lot of it. Like I didn't make much, and it just feels like a waste of their resources, honestly. To go after one person for a tiny amount, but I would understand them going after other people. Like for example, Blazing Boost, for example, does do a lot of harm. I feel like also like how gold boosting works is it kind of gives them a bit of money as well.
Yeah.
Because people buy tokens and they're probably not too bothered about gold boosting.
You guys think you're doing Blizzard a favor. You're just creating a demand to make Blizzard some money.
Well, that's probably what they've thought as well by banning, getting rid of 5.6 billion or something. What I think it was. But in total, there was that was 2 billion on EU and 2.6 on NA. Like I will say the PvP scene everywhere, like any community you go to, the PvP scene is full of RMTs.
Did you guys?
PvP is like the stupidest region or area you'll see. It's just full of RMTers.
So let's take the top 10 guilds.
Okay.
How many of the top 10 guilds, one out of 10, how many of the top 10 guilds are involved in RMT?
That I know of, or that I can just speculate?
Both.
Well, I mean, obviously everyone knows about Method, what they used to be. Obviously Method came out, and obviously Limit did it in the past. I will just confirm, as someone who did handle a lot of the gold trading with Limit did not pay us for any gold. They paid it all back via boosting. We put a flat 20% interest rate on what we loaned them, and they paid it all back in full gold and I just want to. I don't want any speculation going on about what Limit did at all, because they didn't. From what I know, I don't know if
Y'all
Limit has done
charged
any
them
RMT.
20% interest?
Yes, I think it was 150 million in total, and we made 30 million on top of that. So
Nice. That's insane. That's like, holy fuck, man.
BOEs were expensive.
Yeah, and the thing is, they pretty much paid that back in a couple of months. I remember their first mythic buyer they had was I think it was like 30 million, or maybe that was it's a long time ago, but they were the first guild to do a full mythic boost plus N'Alotha carry, and it was multiple gold caps.
So were you guys instrumental in funding Limit's World First Run?
Well, they had other people. Obviously they had individual contributors, but I say that the largest portion of gold that they had for World First was from Gallywix.
How about percentage-wise? What would you say the percentage is from Gallywix?
I don't have the exact numbers, but I'm probably guessing it has to be over 50%. Maybe 60, 70. Again, I don't have any numbers, and I don't really want to say anything without concrete numbers.
THD said 60. So
60.
yeah, somewhere around there. Do you have evidence of the 20% and the whole conversation? Because right now, obviously Limit's gonna get accused of this too.
Yeah.
And you guys have the evidence of that and all?
Yeah, I can.
Okay, I would probably look into finding that to make sure that because just for them, obviously this is not a good thing for the community, and to know that we actually have some people that are doing it ethically is, I think, reassuring for a lot of people. And so it'd be great if you could post that.
And just I've got an actual numbers here, just from someone who was kind of head at the time, who handled a lot of the Limit stuff. He's finding it now. He just confirmed to me that it was 127 million loaned and 152 million paid back, all in full. I can find. He's just going to find some stuff regarding the conversations, but I appear to have lost access to certain spreadsheets.
How convenient.
Yes, I lost them this morning.
Yeah,
we all seem to have lost them.
Yeah, well, it's again, I don't want to keep too much, but I think one thing is I don't want to. Again, obviously, Limit. It's public knowledge that Limit has done dodgy stuff in the past, and again, I still am convinced that top-end guilds, there is always something dodgy going on. Top-end PvP, arena teams, there's always something going on. Mythic Plus, again, there has to be something going on, and I think it's a core issue with just how the player base has evolved with this game. Gaming in general, actually, I feel like it's just pay to win, and everyone memes oh, can you buy World First and stuff like that, but the whole mentality of just gamers in general. Oh well, yeah, they did.
Yo, what's up, man? You're unmuted.
Hey, thank you for having me on.
Yeah, for sure. So you want to introduce yourself and tell us what your role is?
Yeah, so my name is Asmongold. I am the subject of many of the screenshots that have appeared on this stream lately. I was council in Gallywix. I was one of the longest standing council members, but I wasn't there from the very beginning. I think I've been in there for 2 to 2.5 years.
So how long have they been doing RMT in the 2 to 2.5 years that you've been involved?
Well, let me pull up PayPal and I can tell you the first date that I received any such transaction.
Are you banned? You got permit?
I'm permanently banned, but not on the hardware, so I am allowed to make another account. The others you have spoken to, at least, I think, well, no, actually. Some of the people that were banned, they got hardware banned, which means that, they cannot even make a new account. Yes, so there's a distinction there. So, I think you can change your computer hardware and just keep going, but...
The MAC address, yeah.
Yeah, but I won't have to do that. Alright, so the first transaction I got, which was Gallywix RMT related, was on... It's the 13th of December 2018. So just short of 2 years.
So this is a 2-year endeavor?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay. How much money did you make?
Overall, in this 2.5 year period, I made through RMT in Gallywix 4,000 euro, and through my own RMT, I made around 2,000 euro.
So $6,000 total from RMT over 2 years.
Yeah, something like that.
Why not more?
Because we didn't actually sell that much. So in terms of my personal RMT, it was basically friends and like acquaintances would come to me. They know I have a lot of gold, and so they'll ask like, "Can you sell me some on this realm? Because I have gold on a number of realms." And I would, I would sell gold to them for a good price because I didn't need the gold, and they asked. The other side of it is Gallywix RMT, which is essentially, so the main guy in charge of Gallywix is a Croatian man named Tolls.
He's the fall guy.
Yeah, well, yeah, and he's so he was in charge of selling gold on behalf of Gallywix in general. So basically, Gallywix takes a cut on all the boosts that are made. This is called the management cut, and this is what we get paid. People like I get paid.
Yeah.
So of this management cut, Tolls gets paid 40%. I get paid 20%, and another guy named Kit gets paid 20%. And then Jason, whom you spoke to, made 10%. And then there's also another council member named Honkwai that made 10%. I should preface the next by saying that I'm mostly speaking from an EU perspective. So you've spoken to some NA people, for example, Tokane. And that's kind of like, for me at least, that's a separate thing. I just don't know that much about the NA side of things. So I'm just speaking from the EU perspective.
I have to, let me read one donation here, okay?
Sure thing.
This is from Izar Xenos Global. Donate $100. Thank you. Hello, Asmongold. This is Xenos. Zerathian used to claim making 30,000 euros per month. Overall, they've made 1 million euros, counting the community itself and the higher up management primarily. It's a steaming pile of bollocks. Hashtag avoiding lawsuit from Blizzard. So,
I wish I'd made that much gold on Gallywix. There's simply no way. Even if everything we made was sold, it would not even amount to close to that amount of money.
So, you, were you lying whenever you said it was 30,000 a month, or is he lying about you saying that?
I don't think I've ever said that.
Okay.
Genuinely, like, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, the guy donated $100, so I assume that he's telling the truth. But I mean, like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure he'll bring something up or whatever. So when did you first get wind that Blizzard was investigating this?
I think it's a bit short of a year ago when basically our NA section entered an agreement with Blizzard that they would let Blizzard have full access to like all of our accounting stuff. So all of our spreadsheets that track our gold and everything. They would just be like given full transparency and they could just check whatever and whenever they wanted.
How did that work?
What the hell?
Well, I mean, I don't know the specifics because I wasn't involved in this because it was on NA exclusively, but it was basically something like, I'm not sure who approached who, but I'm pretty sure we approached them because we were interested in just like, you know, establishing good relations with Blizzard. And we thought that a good way of doing that was just basically transparency.
So
inviting
you
them
approached
into
Blizzard?
Huh?
You approached Blizzard?
I believe that was the case on NA.
That's
yes,
very smart for you to do, because by taking the initiative, it would make them not suspect that you guys were doing anything wrong, and then you could control the narrative of the information that they received. That was actually very smart.
Yes.
Good, nice job.
I have to correct myself because
Yes.
I've just been corrected in Discord. So Blizzard approached us, and then they approached us both in Discord and then in game.
Okay. So what did they say? Do you have any screenshots or like information about what Blizzard did?
Fortunately not, because I was not the one like receiving these messages or doing any. But like I'm being told that a friend will find them right now, so I'll send them to you as soon as I have them.
Great. Okay.
But the gist was basically, you know, they want to check. So this was, you know, Gallywix started as a EU community, and once we got big enough in EU, we started expanding to NA, and it was relatively short time after we expanded to NA that Blizzard were like, hey, can we check out, you know, what's going on?
Okay. So, was Blizzard part of the Discords? Did you have a regular open line of communication with them? Did they ever tell you? Was there a point where Blizzard expressed any sort of concern or questioned anything that you guys were doing?
Not as far as I'm aware. So this is a while ago now, and as far as I know, they did not find anything untoward. So they were asking questions, but they were not like replying to what we were asking. So we were interested in knowing like, okay, so how do we get past some of the hurdles of running a gold boosting community that will sometimes get you like auto banned? For example, sometimes when you're paying out like hundreds of millions or even billions of gold a month, sometimes you'll just get like whacked with a ban just because like
the
it triggers
throttling.
the system somewhere. Yeah,
I understand.
because it looks suspicious. And so a big, advantage for us was that like, okay, we could let them know that these accounts, those are what we pay out from. It's legit. And so we
So
would
you
escape
asked
that
Blizzard
risk.
to basically whitelist the accounts.
Something like that, yes.
And did Blizzard do that?
As far as I know, we did not have any problems with like our account. We call them like our gold holding accounts being banned after that.
Okay. So I hate to have somebody donating and everything, Xenos. I think this is a little bit awkward for him. I'll read his message here. Do you know who this Xenos person is, by the way, Azrotha?
Xeno depends how it's spelled.
Xenos.
I do not know that name.
All right.
I'm afraid. Wait. Maybe if it's someone named Xenocydic, maybe.
Not that I'm aware of. Exactly,
fair
as well.
enough.
Your enlightened is actually why I keep it on an open book. Simple logic, investing hours of their life just to make gold. To do what? What do they even do with all their gold? So what did you do? Like, how much gold do you think that you made in the past year or so?
In the past year, I probably made something approaching 400 or 500 million gold for myself.
Okay, and how much of that did you sell?
Probably around. Well, I mean, let me just look at like, so I sold at around 50 euro per mil.
Yeah.
So 6,000 euro divided by 50, so 120.
Okay, so then what happened to the other 350 million gold?
Those I spent, or well, actually, I lost them.
On what? How did you lose the money?
Our accounts got banned.
So, before.
No, like today, this morning.
Yeah, I know, but what about before that? Like 2 days ago? What were you doing with 350 million gold?
Oh, nothing. They were just, so basically, we didn't have our gold liquid. It was just all sitting on these gold holding accounts. And so I had my management sort of cut or balance. And that was like something approaching 300 million. And that was just sitting there. So I could use it on anything I wanted. Like I could take it out on a realm if I wished. Almost never did. Like, I don't really spend that much gold. I spent a lot of gold early in this this season. Like, the whole reason I got into boosting was because I wanted to buy the dankest BOEs.
Okay.
Yeah, and I spent tens of millions on that. But then after that, I had almost nothing to spend gold on.
So why didn't you sell the other 300 million?
Because I was not actually in charge of selling anything. There was Tolls, and Tolls did not have enough buyers to sell that much
So
gold
you
to.
were trying to sell the inventory, but you couldn't find the buyers.
I was not personally trying to sell the inventory, but Tolls was always working on getting people to buy the gold.
Okay. And so he was the person who was really in charge of like connecting the buyers.
Yes, that's correct. So he would sell, and he would sell an equal amount from each of the council's balances, and then he would basically just PayPal, an appropriate cut. So I would get 20%, Tolls got 40, the others got 20 or 10.
So, when do you feel that Blizzard suspected that there was RMT going on?
I don't know. I don't know. So, I mean, this came out of nowhere. Like, I did not have any clue that this was about to happen.
Yeah.
There was no, like, communication from them. They were not, like, extra sort of inquisitive or anything. So I'm not really sure. I mean, I would assume that the biggest red flag for them to, like, start an deeper investigation was when the whole method RMT thing went down.
Okay.
Yeah.
So which method
just my
RMT
guess.
thing are you talking about?
So I'm talking about the one where the method would pay Gallywix for BOEs that we could buy using our vast resources on a variety of realms. So they, of course, needed these BOEs for progression.
And so Method were the ones who... So were you the one who was talking to Scripe?
I was not the one who was talking to Scripe.
Okay.
I've not communicated with Scripe in any, like, RMT context at all.
So how much money did Method give you?
I mean, I can probably find out an exact number just based on my cut. but let me see. I'd have to look for like when I. So I'm pretty sure that. Okay, I don't feel comfortable like sharing the number because I don't know if it's actually true. So I see here in my PayPal there's 450 euro.
And what was your cut? What percentage?
No, okay, so I see $1,400.
$1,400. Okay.
So that would have been. I mean, again, I do not know if this is actually the amount that Method paid anyone. But my cut was $1,400, and my cut is normally going to be 20%.
So about $8,000.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. I feel the need to stress that not every council member in Gallywix was involved in RMT. So we were around like 6 or 7 council members spread across EU and NA, and there were some that were not involved in RMT at all.
Mm-hmm. How many people in Method do you think knew that RMT was going on in order to get their BOEs? And apparently it is closer to 7,000, but okay. I just did like random.
I think probably half.
Half? Do you think that the Method leadership knew?
The Method leadership knew that. Well, the leadership was sort of, Scripe was mainly in charge and communicating with us, so I would assume they knew, yes.
But do you think like the other like officers knew, and like do you think SCO knew?
I don't know, because like it didn't seem to me from the outside that SCO had a lot to do with the in-game running of the guild. Like, I've never spoken to SCO. I don't think anyone in like Gallywix management has spoken to SCO. It's all been through Scripe. So I really don't know if SCO knew.
All right. I think that's reasonable. Other people have told me the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Can link the Gallywix spreadsheets. They've made 20 million gold. There's spreadsheets about this? Holy shit, man.
Where's my cut?
Yeah, really. A spreadsheet was posted in a boosting community. DM some Scripe. Yeah, I saw that one, guys. Yeah, we saw all this. Since you can buy Mythic Boost, do you think Blizzard just make Mythic level gear purchasable with gold? No, Mage T. No, I don't think so at all. So, you know, what's the future for you, man? Like, what's gonna happen with you now that you got banned? Are you gonna make a new account, keep doing it again?
I'm not intending. Like, I'm in no rush to get back into anything related to gold boosting.
I wouldn't say it on stream either.
I mean, the thing is that I only need the gold to buy the BOEs, and after that, everything is just fluff.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you know, I went down with, 300 million gold in the bank. All of that is gone. But, like, could just have spent it if I needed it. Or tried harder to sell it. But, like, genuinely, I live in a country where the cost of living is reasonably high. And it just doesn't really... It's not really worth the risk for me to do anything on that on my own. On a big scale. And this, like, the future for me, I'm just gonna try and, the part of the reason I'm here is because I'm trying to, like, sort of get clean about it and like clean up my conscience. And I guess that's what's next for me, like trying to just move on, clean up my conscience, come clean about everything, and inform people so that this stuff doesn't happen again.
Do you think that the gold boosting is harmful to the game?
I think it is. I think it can be harmful to the game, but I also think it is inevitable. So even if I was to say like it's harmful to the game, I'm not sure the solution would be to just like abolish it, because even if you ban it completely, it's still gonna happen. And I don't think that it's necessarily bad. I think that it's bad when you can buy the absolute peak of PvE and PvP content for gold. Like, you can buy Gladiator. You need to be a decent player, but like...
Can you please say that again? Because everybody says I suck whenever I get Gladiator. Please, can you say that again?
You can buy Gladiator, but you need to be a decent player to buy it.
Thank you. Okay.
No worries.
Thank you. So, you want to clean up your conscience, you want to get kind of past all this, and you're living in a country with a high standard of living.
Yes,
why?
That would be Denmark.
All right, there you go. Aren't the people in Denmark supposed to be really happy?
We lost to Finland recently.
Oh,
Which
okay.
in itself is really saddening, so it's probably
Yeah.
knocked us down more than just second place.
I understand that, man. I can
Yeah.
understand that.
The
It's
Finns, right?
it's all right, man. Well, listen, like I feel like, so you think that Tolls here, the fall guy here, the ultimate mastermind behind the operation, how much money do you think that he made?
I mean, so so I can only speak to what I know was sold by him that I was involved in, because it's possible that he sold a bunch of other gold that I didn't see any cut from.
Uh-huh.
So I mean, if I got 6,000 euro and I got a 20% cut, and his cut would be 40%, then it follows that he must have made around 12,000 euro.
$12,000. Like, you mean in total, or just like
in total? But that is only what I can, like sort of prove almost via and just infer from the money that I made.
Yeah.
Like I know that he was trying to make a living off of Gallywix, and that he was successful in doing so. He lives in Croatia, which is relatively low cost of living, so that is a way more viable place to do so in. And yeah, it was my understanding that he was successful and comfortable doing so, so it's very likely that he made more.
So this guy was making a whole living just by selling gold.
Yes.
Wow. How many other people do you think in Gallywix are doing the same thing? How many people do you think were involved and making real life money through this?
I think that most big earners in any community, not just Gallywix, will naturally sell their gold, because that is the only incentive to earn a bunch of gold past a certain point.
So, well, if that's the only incentive to earn gold past a certain point, and you were telling me that you had 300,000 extra gold, doesn't that seem like there's a little bit of a connection there?
300 million extra gold, yes.
Excuse me.
And, at this point, at this point I could easily say like, oh, I wish I'd sold it all, because then I'd be banned and wealthy instead of banned and not wealthy. But I was never involved in selling my management cut myself. Tolls sold it on my behalf, and I just got my cut. That was enough for me.
Okay. All right.
I'm being asked to quantify what a big earner is. So I'd say, if you're making more than, 20 million gold a month, or like 15, 20, past that point, there's just no way there can be much stronger incentive to. I mean, it depends on the person. For me, gold was a lot about it was a metric for, the work I was doing and how well the community was growing.
It's a scoreboard. It's a way of keeping track.
Yeah.
I understand. Yeah, apparently. And so where is Tolls now?
Tolls is presumably at home, digesting all this. So it was my impression in the morning that he was going to write an announcement, and that might still come, but I don't know. He hasn't been replying to me all day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. So what do you think do you think Blizzard is going to shut down more boosting communities now after this?
I do think so, yes, because I think that RMT is a part of most of the large communities on both NA and EU. I think it's only a matter of time, just as it was for us.
Wow. I think that's kind of what makes sense, though. I mean, do you think that Blizzard is going to pursue any sort of higher action with any of the people involved with Gallywix at all?
I don't expect them to take higher action, but I expect them to take a closer look at gold boosting in general, and instead of banning individual communities, they may just take actions against the whole thing. You asked me earlier if, is gold boosting bad for the game, and I think that Blizzard is starting to think that, maybe it is.
Well, I mean, I would say it is, but I also kind of agree with you in saying that it's kind of a necessary thing, or not necessary, but it's an inevitable thing that's going to happen. And here's an interesting question. Do you think that if gold boosting exists, that RMT is inevitable?
Yes, I do.
Yeah,
because, gold has, a very real value, and there's a lot of buyers and sellers of it, and you can exchange it for gold in be classic WoW or RuneScape or other games. So yeah, there's absolutely a financial value to gold, and people will take advantage of that to earn a living.
Wow. Yeah, I guess so. I mean, that is insane. Did you guys buy... this is actually interesting. Were you guys involved with selling gold on Classic?
No, we had... Gallywix had no operation whatsoever on Classic.
Really? Okay.
We were thinking about expanding our services there, but like there just wasn't the will or the power to do it. Almost no one in our management really played Classic seriously, so there just wasn't that, in.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. I mean, like, so for, like, is it 2 million gold? Is that right? How much gold was removed from the economy with, like, this whole thing? Whenever Blizzard got rid of it all?
I think the most common, like, number that gets thrown around is 5.6 billion, but that is split between EU and NA. I think EU was around 2.6, and it follows that it's likely that the remaining 3 billion would have been from NA.
Oh my god, dude. That's so much money.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think any of the people at Blizzard, like, they kind of knew that you guys were selling gold and they just kind of turned a blind eye to it?
I don't think, I mean, sort of, that implies like some nefarious intent from Blizzard, but I don't think that was the case. I guess, like, the logic that follows is that so we spent so we sell a bunch of boosts, and people will need gold to buy those boosts, and they might buy tokens, and that way Blizzard earns money.
Yeah.
I'm not quite that cynical, at least not for them to blatantly ignore breach of the end user agreement for that. I think Blizzard has integrity.
All right, well, that's good at least. There's a massive RMT going on in Russian servers. Mythic is up to $1,000 USD. People doing RMTs even get promos from studios who translate TV shows into Russian language. Serious business shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god, man. That is fucking insane. I guess, yeah, it does kind of make sense that Blizzard does benefit from the RMT in, like, a weird way.
100%, yeah, but there's also a lot of ill will towards communities like Gallywix because of trade chat spam.
Yeah.
So it's not all good for Blizzard that these communities exist. And I think one day it's just not going to be worth it anymore, basically.
No, I can see that. I understand that. Well, is there anything else you'd like to add? Apparently there's somebody who actually made the sales to Method who wanted to talk for a minute. And yeah, is there anything else you want to add before I move on?
So I've gotten a few DMs of like people asking me to clarify a few things on their behalf. So if I'll just give me like a minute, and I'll just browse through those, and I'll clarify the things that they want clarified. I'm speaking mostly for myself here, but like other people, they have stuff to say as well. So I'm just gonna try and share that. So, for example, Tokane, who you spoke to just before me, so he's corrected me in saying that since that Blizzard checked out our accounts and stuff, and we got that whitelist, we never got banned. That is not true. The correction is that the North American account for our gold was banned and then overturned 3 times. So after we do a big payout, it would be auto-banned, and we would have to appeal and get it unbanned.
Okay.
Yeah, after the 3rd time, it stopped though. So it happened 3 times, but then it stopped for a while.
Okay, well that makes sense. All right.
Yeah. So the other question was, so did Sko know like what was going on? And I'm being told by Tokane that Sko knew because Scripe asked Sko to PayPal him, which is like a third-party source because he got that information from Tolls. So he says he's not 100% sure.
Okay.
Okay. What else? So I also want to express clearly that particularly the NA management and moderator section did actually not know any RMT was going on. So the management stable of Gallywix was huge. It was like 30 people or something, and only a fraction of those knew. So for example, we had we had a lot of moderators that handled different sections of our community that were just completely blindsided by all this. So for example, our moderator in charge of giveaways and charities. You know, people may have noticed that Gallywix ran a lot of like sort of charity events and stuff
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
trying to give me a charity event, actually.
Yeah, exactly. All that charity gold is also gone, even though she had no idea like what was going on at all.
Wow.
So yeah, and that really sucks. Like that's almost what I feel the worst about, because all that, you know, part of the idea of that charity, I guess, is like trying to. This will sound bizarre, but like trying to clean our conscience by giving back to the community a bit. And we did that in a big way. Like we gave away a lot of Brutosaurs, and like we helped raise money for Mind and stuff like that.
How much money
which is
did you
a
raise for
mental health
Mind?
charity.
Which is that is the I'm trying to remember what it was. Mind is the one that connects people with therapists, right?
Let me see. I'm not sure, but we raised around 5K for the Mind Mental Health Organization.
Okay.
And so sort of the tagline is, you know, no one has to face a mental health problem alone. So I believe, yeah, it's about, you know, connecting.
Yeah, that was
people
actually a
with
charity that
appropriate
was
therapists and
recommended
stuff.
to me by Dr. K. I donated, I think it was like $5,000 or $4,000 into that. So
Yeah,
how much
I mean,
did you guys
it's-
end up
It's
donating?
amazing, really. I mean, the UK version of Mind, I believe, is the president of which is like Stephen Fry, whom you also might know.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I mean, you know, not saying like Gallywix was only good, but like we did put a lot of all that excess management into good things. And I think it's a major shame that like a lot of that whole charity gold holding account was also banned through no fault of her own, really.
So did that person get banned as well?
Yes, permanently banned, with all the gold that we use for giveaways and stuff is also gone. 100 million or so.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so did they get hardware banned or anything else?
It was not a hardware ban. It was just a you know, account permanent suspension.
Yeah. Fuck, man.
Yeah.
That is insane.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add?
Just give me like a moment.
Okay.
I mean, mostly I wanted to stress that not everyone in Gallywix, even in a manager position, was involved. So I hope I've given that across. Even not all the council were not involved. For example, Hongkwai, he was one of the most recent additions to the council team. He had no idea what's going on. Most other council did, but he didn't.
So
and a lot of NA management and staff did not know.
Okay. Someone is saying, I'm not going to say who it is. I'm just going to read it.
Sure.
He is a 2-year golden account. That's fucking bullshit. She's such a big RMTer. LOL, that charity woman. She did 20 million in black market auction house sales every week. Where is all that gold? LOL.
Well, that is, I mean, I would say that is gold that ended up on that 100 mil account that got banned.
No, we'll see. Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I hear you.
So, you were the guy. You were the contact for Method.
Yeah, I was.
Introduce yourself.
Yeah. So basically, I was council member in Gallywix since December of 2018 until about September 2019, where I decided to step down. I still had my role as council on the Discord formally until a few months ago. But I had quit WoW, didn't play anymore, didn't do. I was basically tasked with handling gold, collecting payouts, everything regarding gold. That was pretty much me. Regarding the method deal you asked about,
yeah.
Well, basically what had happened. So I've been out of the game, quote unquote, for a very, very long time. And I was asked if I could step in when progress started for the BOEs, because everybody in the management that was, involved or knew anything about the actual RNT was simply playing. They were progressing as well, so there was nobody else that could do it. I said yes, sure. I was asked by Toast to do it. Really, I never did it before, so I had no idea like how demanding it.
Is this the infamous Tolls, the fall guy, the mastermind to be found
No,
behind the Emperors?
I'm not gonna like accuse everything and just dump it on him. I'm not saying that. Like
Okay.
everybody knew what they were getting into, and I don't know why automatically everything is just full on Toll's blame. Like,
Well, because
yes,
he's not here to defend himself. It's pretty fucking
Yeah, of
easy,
course.
isn't it? Yeah, I mean, it's obvious. Okay, so how much money did you guys make from Method?
Okay, so I can tell you what I made from Method. Is that good enough? Basically, so they spent in total. Let me open the sheet real quick. I'm assuming you already have the link to it and whatnot.
Oh yeah.
Okay, let me just open BOEs quickly.
Was this the
And-
only tier that you guys did did RMT with Method, or did you guys do it in
Me
previous?
personally, yes, that was the first and only tier. However,
Oh.
This is again just allegedly saying they did this before in previous tiers as well, but I wasn't personally involved with the BOEs before it.
But you
So-
cannot confirm that.
I can't because I was not physically present. I don't have the evidence to prove whether it was or it wasn't. So I'm just gonna say allegedly they
Well,
did it.
Okay, we'll just talk about Ny'alotha then, because that's what you're
Yeah, let's
more.
talk about
yeah.
Ny'alotha.
Okay.
Yes. So Tos put me in touch with Scripe. And basically we agreed that he and his teammates, raiders, whatever, would send me the information for the specific BOEs they wanted acquired on certain realms. I would go there, buy the BOEs, put it all on this sheet that you see here in front of you, if you see it. If not, let me just quickly send you the link. And Scribe asked me to update him with.
Is this the Google Doc with all the screenshots?
No, that is the actual sheet where all the BOEs were handled at the time,
Okay.
with full epic history that anybody can view.
Okay.
So basically, BOEs were being purchased. I spent 2 weeks, availability at least 12 to 16 hours a day. They didn't stop coming with the items. A lot of them were being sold already, so I couldn't get them anyways. He wanted updates in how much in real money the amount ended up being at. So limits were raised a couple of times.
So they reached the limit of money, and then they wanted to expand that because they needed more money?
Yes. So the initial limit set before the race even started, I believe, was 3,000 euros. So
Okay.
we agreed on a price of 50 USD per million. So that would end up being around 60 million, right?
Okay, so you all right? That makes sense. And so, how much total did they spend? I heard the number 7,000, somewhere around 7,000. Is that right?
Somewhere around 7,000 would be accurate. The total gold spent to the penny is close to 128.5 million gold.
Yeah.
So that includes the prices of BOEs on the realm that they were purchased on and transfers, all combined. That is how much gold was spent. The actual transaction, the money transaction between Method and Gallywix happened between Pulse and somebody from Method. I didn't see the screenshot. I don't know who sent him the actual amount and what was the amount. I have received
So
my
were you the
share.
one that leaked the screenshots with Scripe?
Yes.
Why?
Well, because the whole thing was already over, and I think that I don't blame the raiders. Some of them are very good people, very nice people, but I think that I felt bad because only people from Gallywix were crucified and convicted.
So you wanted
punished
to
fairly by Blizzard, fairly. However, others who were, in my mind, equally involved, or equally
so you wanted to take them down with you.
No, not with me. I'm. You gotta understand. I'm not part of Gallywix anymore, nor I play WoW anymore. I just wanted for people to know the truth of what actually happened.
What are
and
you
what's
shaking?
been happening for a while.
What are you shaking? Is that a pepper? Is that pepper?
No, I have bracelets, so
Okay.
it's
All
just hitting the table.
Okay, I see. So you leaked the screenshots, and you did this because you thought that it was the right thing to do, and you wanted to make sure that all of the blame wasn't just on Gallywix, because you thought other people were involved, and the community deserved to know. Is that right?
Yes, community does deserve to know. I think, since everything is coming out, why not? Like,
okay, since everything's coming out, how many other top-end guilds did you sell to, and which ones?
From my knowledge, Method was the only one who bought gold from us for real money. As far as I am aware, and as far as I've been told, Limit borrowed the gold legitimately and made a deal with Gallywix to pay it back by boosting until Shadowlands.
And this deal was met, right? They made the money. Did they reimburse the money?
As far as I know, they did, up until the point I stopped looking at it. I just left. I was just there temporarily until the deal was done, and I was gone again. So I don't know if they paid out the debt. I just know that was the deal made, that they're gonna boost it legitimately to earn the gold back.
Okay, but you were not involved directly with selling gold to any other players. All right.
No,
so here's the next question. Are there any other people in the community that we might know their names of that were involved with buying gold from Gallywix that you can prove with screenshots?
Thinking, no. I don't think I can, nor do I know, because most of the deals that have occurred, as everybody else said it before, Tosh was the one who was between those deals and everybody else. I was the one that was personally handing over the gold. Yes, because I was in charge of the gold. I was collecting, I was doing payouts, but no, I can't. I don't even. I'm very bad with names, so I really don't know anybody on top of my head to just.
Well, that's convenient. That's good to know. All right, so you left. Did you leave Gallywix before all of this stuff happened?
Like, I stepped down from my official position and from my task to collect gold.
Did you step down from an unofficial position? Were you completely removed from the organization, or did you just step down?
That only happened a few months ago. That my actual rank was removed. Okay. Yes, but I officially stepped down as doing any work for Gallywix last year in September. Came back only for the meth deal. That was about it.
Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Sure. And so why'd you leave?
Well, for that, there's quite a long story behind it that I think you should read, or because it's very long and I don't think...
I'll have to read it off stream.
Yes, you will have to read it off stream. I will send it to you. But to sum it up, I think I did what I set out to do. I can only say that money was not my primary goal or primary motivation for doing what I did.
Okay.
And I stand behind that, and feel anybody can ask me why, but I just can't tell the story. It's too long. It's going to take a while.
How much money did you make? Total?
Well, the biggest amount of money I made was actually just from the method deal, and all my other time in Gallywix, I made very little because basically I was the one who worked almost 8 months for free without a single euro or a single gold because Gallywix was in minus. Again, this is a story I'm going to send you so you can get a better picture of what had happened. So in total, I would say it was, if you all sum it up, less than 2,000. I would
so
say
you only
between
made, out of all the time that you were involved with Gal, how about total of all the gold that you made as an individual? How much did you make? Like personal sales, etc.
I was an active advertiser when I joined in July of 2018, and I made 5 million gold in 2 payout cycles. So that's 1 month that was sold later on, much later when I actually knew it. I saved up the gold. I was a very filthy casual player. I didn't raid. I didn't do Mythic Plus really. I didn't have to anything expensive to spend it on, so that gold kind of accumulated. That then when I became council, a fiasco happened. I had to take over the gold.
What I'm kind of asking is how much real life money in the past 2 years have you accumulated from playing World of Warcraft?
As I told you, between 1.6 and 2K, no more than that.
Okay, all right. So
and half of that, 50% of that, was just the method deal.
Okay, that makes sense. How is half? Oh, okay, yeah, I got it. And how much do you think Tolls made?
I would say he made quite a lot more. I never really asked. I thought that was private information, and it was none of my business. But I suspect he made a couple of thousand for sure.
And how much gold did you make while you were in Gallywix? How much total gold did you make?
It's very hard to say because our council cuts were used to balance off the debt that we had, the minus. So all that was being earned was being used to cover up the minus. So not a lot, as I said.
So you don't even know how much gold you made?
No.
Wow.
I don't.
And you were doing the accounting for Method? Weren't they a little bit worried about that? You didn't even know how much gold you made, but they had you do the accounting for Method?
I think you got it wrong. I didn't do any accounting for Method. I just kept the track of the BOEs that were being purchased. That has nothing to do with my personal goal.
What do you know what a synonym for keep track of is?
No.
Accounting.
Yeah, sure. Okay, accounting. I don't know. When you say it accounting, it sounds a bit. It sounds a bit irresponsible for me for not knowing how much I have. But does that even matter?
I guess not.
Hello?
So, hey, what's going on, man?
So you're gonna sit there and tell me, out of 2 years of RMT and all this other shit, with all this, it cost me $20 to buy from Blizzard, like 120K, and you're gonna sit there and say you made 1.6K or like 2K on all the billions of gold? You're sitting there saying that? You're gonna tell me that right now?
Well, people are giving you half of the actual information. The Gallywix that you know today that is making billions of gold.
Yeah.
That expansion started a few months ago. In 2019, Gallywix had average cycles of 200 to 300 million.
It
was not billions of gold. That was only, what, half a year ago? A year ago, actually.
Uh-huh. Okay.
So the amounts you think of now didn't exist back then. Gallywix was not that big. The expansion on ANA happened last year, and I'm talking only about EU. I'm not talking about NA. I was never on NA.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
So, what happened to your account? Did Blizzard ban you?
Yes.
All right. Well, that pretty much settles it, huh?
Yeah.
Well, is
much
there
does.
anything else you'd want to add before we move on?
No, not really.
Oh,
I will send you the actual story of what had happened between 2018 and 2019 September, where I left, so you get a clearer picture of what happened in Gallywix. So you kind of get where I'm coming from.
All right. Yeah, sure. I'd love to see that. Absolutely.
Yo, I got a question to ask him.
Go ahead.
You got any gold on NA, dude? On Sargeras?
No,
He's so
unfortunately,
shameless.
I never had an NA account, and I still don't.